Hey kids, this is going to be a really quick video. You were supposed to watch a PowerPoint today, but for some reason it's not accessible, so I'm going to quickly go through the PowerPoint for you. Just a little bit about myself. In the younger days, I grew up on a farm. I did not like to read because I was too busy riding motorcycles, out on my go-karts, etc. And I finally found a series, The Hardy Boys Nancy Drew Mysteries, and I read every single one. It really drew me into reading, so if you don't like reading, maybe you haven't found what you like yet. I wanted to be a vet or a teacher, and of course I became a teacher. My husband is Aden. We live on a farm. Some of you know that he had cancer last year. We spent 40 days going back and forth to Spencer this summer so he could receive treatment. He's on the mend, for those of you who are wondering. I have two children, Maddie and Parker. Thought you'd get a bang out of this picture. That's me with big hair. Oh yeah, when Maddie was just little. But Maddie's a grown woman now. She's actually a teacher at South Central Calhoun. She teaches 4th grade. She is actually married to 3rd grade teacher Mrs. Erickson's son, David. How weird is that? They have 2 kids. They've got Oliver and Oakley. They just had Oakley this summer, and in that picture, it's an older picture. That's of Oliver. But Maddie is a health freak. She likes working out. She likes eating healthy. And she's a great storyteller. Just gonna tell you that. Super storyteller. A lot of you may know Parker. When he was in high school, he was very active with mock trial, music, etc. Some of you might know him as the young man that brought PlayStation to Pocahontas, as he won a contest for that. He goes to UNI currently, and as a communications major, and this last summer he just did an internship for the Chamber of Pocahontas. Oliver is my grandson. Oakley is my granddaughter, and unfortunately I don't have any recent pictures of her on here. She's just 10 weeks old. But I want you to notice how Oliver there, he's only about a year old, and he's really into books reading. And starting kids early is one way to become a good reader. Here are some shots of things that I like. I still like living on a farm. I like to walk. That's why I got my knee fixed. I need to get back to walking. I'm intrigued by storms. I just, if I wasn't married, maybe I'd be a storm chaser. Do love cats. As far as my teaching background, not that a lot of you may care, but I really started out teaching early childhood, preschool, kindergarten, but I've taught 5th grade for about 15 years now, despite what this PowerPoint says. I teach reading for 5th and 6th grade, language, used to teach a computer class, so used to coach girls track. Don't coach anymore, but that's some of my background. I am a lifelong learner. I got my master's from University of Phoenix. I know what it's like to work hard and to constantly be doing research and keeping myself being a good learner. You've already met your other teachers. We all have expectations. So let's take a look at what's new. You're probably 5th graders for sure, not used to this later eating at 12:45, so bring a snack every day at 10:10. Let's be considerate of people with lockers, etc. Things to remember. Things to remember. Love these pictures. Listen to others. Always important. You may not agree with them, but give them the courtesy to listen. Keep your computers charged and keep pencils with you at all times. If you borrow a pencil from a classroom, you need to return it. Moving around the room, let's just use common sense, okay? If teachers given directions, you probably don't want to be moving around the room, sharpening your pencil. Wait for those times that are appropriate. Same with when you're testing. And with my expectations, I should be able to trust you whether I'm inside the room or outside the room. For sickness, Nurse Ashley says stay home when you have a fever, and you have to be fever-free for 24 hours. Otherwise, you could be contagious to others. If you think you're going to be sick, grab a wastebasket. Let us know when you're not feeling well. If you tell us every day you're not feeling well, it might be hard to determine when you really aren't feeling well. And when you have been gone, it's your responsibility to check in with each teacher to see what you need to make up. If I have to be out of the room, let's say a first grader hurts themselves coming back from library and I go out to help, or Mr. Davidson needs to speak to me in the hall, or I need to speak to a student in the hall, or I need to go to the bathroom. Times like that, I am trusting you to be responsible, caring, fair, respectable. I should be able to teach if I'm in the classroom or outside of the classroom. What do you do if you're finished early? Close up on this picture. Love it. Don't pick your nose. Don't sit around and pick your nose. If you finish early, there's always things you can do. You can get a hot dots game down from the shelf that's on main idea or context clues. You can reread a lesson. You can read your AR book, grab comics, grab magazines, anything of that sort, but just don't sit around and waste your time. Best of all, believe in yourself. If you knew how many presidents, Hollywood movie stars, etc., struggled in school, and I'm talking they had dyslexia, they couldn't read well, perhaps they were fidgety, they couldn't sit still. Boys and girls, this doesn't mean you can't be successful. You can be totally successful. You know, school, some people love school, it's not their thing. I totally get that. Everybody's different. But believe in yourself, because you know what? You can do it. I know we covered these kind of quickly, but that's the basic info. See you later.